Yo, what's up? I'm coming back. I didn't make a video yesterday. It was a busy day, got a lot done. But tonight I've got a great dinner. I thought I would share it with you again. I have kale, mustard greens, collard greens, a cucumber, and 2 apples. So, about to hook it up with the juice. I've actually got the juicer. The juicer's ready to go. You can see that. Good to go. So, I'm definitely a big advocate for health foods and healthy things and not getting sick and I like having mad energy, especially at this school. One of the things I know next month I've been taking a look at what's coming up and it's just going to get crazy. So I'm going to go ahead and juice it up and I will meet you back over at the desk. We're going to have a nice, we're talking this juice is going to be rich. And just look at all these, look at this. Look at all the nutrients and just the minerals and just the awesomeness of this big pile of green and a little bit of red. So, I'm excited for tonight. This is probably going to be one of the, more hardcore juices because I'm, laying really heavy on the leafy greens. But I think I can handle it. So, at any rate, I'm going to go ahead and juice, and I will see you in just a bit. Hello once again, and as promised, have my juice, my dinner here. This is looking good. It's going to be really hardcore. I don't know what it tastes like, but we're about to find out. So you're going to be a witness to a new recipe taste. I hope it's good. I hope I don't embarrass myself here. If it's bad, I'll probably pretend and act like it's good. So, and Mina's here. She's hanging out with me. She actually made a healthy smoothie tonight. I think I have her turned up. Yeah, so what'd you end up making for dinner, Mina?
Mine's a smoothie. Mine's got the kale, the bananas, the pomegranate juice, some strawberries, and almond milk.
Word!
Yours was rough.
It was.
Cheers.
Well, I don't know why it's spicy. It's kind of spicy. I think it's the mustard greens.
That could be it. Mine tastes fantastic.
Yeah, but mine's creamy and smooth and delicious. Anyway. To my friends here for the Full Sail videos, I did not make a video last night. It was on my list of things to do, but by the time I crashed, I had forgotten because I did a lot yesterday. To start with, I had music theory. We had no quiz, which was nice for a change. But the lab work it's gotten much harder because I did not have time to finish my homework in class this time. So lab was fine. We practiced minor scales, and we actually had to compose a little melodic line over some minor scales. And they were like, "Be creative, use different rhythms." And finale is so stupid. I am just in love with Sibelius because Sibelius is just so much better than finale. If you're a finale fan, I'm sorry. I don't mean to offend you, but Sibelius is just so much easier to use in my opinion. I put in a 6-tuplet. In finale, and it only let me put 5 notes in. And I was like, this is not a 5-tuplet, it's a 6-tuplet. It's got 6 at the beginning. I didn't get it, and it was just wacky. So, yeah, I don't know what that was all about. It was just, I don't know, finale is difficult. But yeah, lab was fine, and then lecture was cool. I've actually got my notes here. Actually, yes, I had to take notes for music theory. Because it's getting difficult. We're getting into all this minor stuff. We talked about 7th chords yesterday, and that was pretty cool. And so yeah, we started by reviewing all the minor scales, and here's the notes that I took. You can pause the video if you like and take a look at it. I'm not shy with my notes. So yeah, I took notes about that stuff, and we reviewed it, and it's probably going to be on the quiz either tomorrow or on Monday. And then here are the notes that I took on 7th chords. And again, you feel free to pause it and check out specifically what we went over. And then at the end, we harmonized the 7th chords in a major scale. So we reverted a little bit back to the 7th, the major scale, but we put 7th chords on top of them. So that was nice. 7th chords they're really cool. They had it's just a whole different ball game than just triads. Alright, hang on. Delicious. So lecture was pretty cool. And I talked to Mr. Hayes, and I told him that everything is sorted out for the volunteering thing, so he's going to let me take my test early. And I think there's one other guy that has to take his test early. I'm not sure if it's for the same reason as me, but I do get to take my exam a day early. And it's going to be the morning of October 21st, I do believe. It's going to be, yep, so a week from tomorrow, actually, is going to be my final exam day. And I've got a little less study time, but I'm not worried about it. And so, yeah, the volunteering thing, I've got a volunteer meeting I have to go to down at Club 57 West tomorrow night at 9 o'clock p.m. I'm going to get my free t-shirt. I think it's free. I hope it's free. But anyway, so my volunteering for October 22nd Hip Hop Festival is on. It's going to be fun. And I read the thing, and it's going to have, like they said, they're going to be incorporating all genres of music into it, so I'm not sure exactly what they mean by that, but I guess we'll find out. And then, anyway, so last night, lecture went by really good. Talked to Mr. Hayes about it after class, gave him a nice handshake, all was well. Came home, and I made a green juice, and I'm not sure what came out. I don't know if it was the juice that gave me the energy or what it was, but, like, I just, somehow, just energy, just start getting stuff done, just happened. And I ended up doing the laundry, which needed to get done. So I did the laundry. I actually, when the laundry was done, I put my clothes up, which is, I mean, let's be honest here. I mean, I'm a, almost 19-year-old dude. Of course, I'm not going to put my clothes up all the time, but I'll put my clothes up this time. I cleaned my room, because I've still got, like, I had boxes of stuff everywhere. So I got that all sorted out. I did my music theory homework. I went over the test review for the physics test, which was today. I reviewed that a second time. I mean, it was just crazy. I got so much stuff done, and I was just going at it. Like I said, I made a juice last night. I cleaned the juicer, like, by hand, so it's, like, brand new now. And I've got it drying on the counter now. You can probably see it over there. It's in pieces. But yeah, and then I loaded the dishwasher and got that started. Actually, I started that today when I went to class, because it's really loud. I don't like going to sleep with it on. But yeah, I got a lot done last night, that's for sure. And I found this guy on YouTube. He's like a freelance teacher or something. Like somehow he creates his own business by being a teacher. It's pretty cool though, because he put up physics videos. He's got a little series on physics and on the basics of kinematics. And so I started watching these videos. And kinematics, like, we've kind of already done that. We didn't call it that, but we went over that during, like, the first week or two here at Full Sail. But, of course, he goes into a little bit more depth than we did. And I researched that because I needed to know it, or I do need to know it for my podcast that I'm going to be doing on Saturday with drumsticks and the rebound off the drum pad and all that. I guess I technically do have real drums. I actually do have a set of quads, but they're not put together. So my podcast is going to be done on the quad pad, which is just as good. So I get to look up fun things like, you know, the average elasticity of gum rubber and all this good stuff. But yeah, I don't know, it's going pretty good. Today, so that was yesterday, and this video is going to count for both days. So today I woke up and I actually got up around 11, which is nice. I usually get up around 1 o'clock just because of my schedule. And so I woke up in the AM today, which is, like I said, a rarity. I went to the UPS store, which it wasn't really the UPS store. It was like their distribution center for the entire city. And I had to drive way up to Longwood, Florida, which is like all the way on the north side of Summerlin Boulevard. I had to drive a long way. I get there, and of course it takes like 20 minutes to get my package because the lady in front of me was taking forever in line. But eventually I got out of there, got back. I had just enough time to grab a quick breakfast of, like, I had 3 bananas for breakfast. Not as much as I wanted, but I didn't have any more time. I headed over to the school for the Student Success Seminar, which was number 7. We talked about test anxiety and how to handle it. And Miss Carla Fisher is the one that runs the Student Success Seminars, and Miss Carla is awesome. She's, like, even though I've only got one more seminar to go to before I'm done, I'm probably going to keep going. Because I really, yeah, Miss Carla's really cool. I like her energy. I like what she talks about and things she has to say. So I'll probably still be going back to those, just because it's nice to be reminded of those things sometimes. And I actually presented a new idea to her for a new seminar. I mentioned the idea of doing a seminar on lateral thinking, or creative thinking, and she liked the idea of it, so hopefully I can see if I can actually get a seminar that was a little bit of my creation going, which would be really cool if I could do that. And she asked if if she needs any help, if she could pick my brain. I was like, yeah, it'd be an honor, you know what I mean? Like, of course. Because I'm reading the book on lateral thinking right now, and it's really interesting. Like, I read last night, and that's another thing that I did last night. I read for like an hour before I went to bed. Like, I've been wanting to start doing that. I was just reading that book before I go to bed, and I just kept going for some reason. It was interesting, you know? So, back to today. The Student Success Seminar went really well. I had a lot of fun. Good things came out at the end, and then let's see, I went home, I had about 2 hours. I ate the other 4 bananas that I had left, so I had 7 bananas for breakfast, kind of, sort of. And then I headed on over to lecture, which was actually the physics test today, and I was feeling really good about it. I feel really good about the test today. It was it was exactly like the practice test, almost, except for the fact that the actual like tests, at least for physics, they have multiple choice questions. The practice tests do not. So it's like you get a little over prepared for it, which is just always nice. And then on one of the questions, it was a question that had to have a numerical answer, but it was still in multiple choice. So you had 4 different numbers that you could pick through. And I knew how to do the problem. I knew what formula I was supposed to use. I knew where the numbers went, and I knew how to run the numbers. And every time I ran the numbers, I would not get any of the 4 that I had to select. So what I did was, and it wasn't a Scantron, we had a separate sheet where we would write the letter A or B or whatever it was, or the number. And so I do my actual math work on the back of the answer page. And so I flipped it over and did my work again for like a 3rd or 4th time on the front. And it was question 15. It was question number 15. And what did I do? Well, I did not choose A, B, C, or D. I wrote the number that I got, and it showed all the work that I did, and I explained. I wrote a little note. I was like, no matter how I ran the numbers, this is the number I got. And so therefore I'm putting this as my answer. I do expect to get this question wrong. So I'm hoping that she's gonna, write on there and just totally destroy what I did, because I swear to whatever God you believe in, that I did that question correctly and the answer was not on there. But that's what they all say, right? So we'll see what that ends up being. But aside from that one question, I'm pretty sure I got all the rest of them right. I suppose we'll see. And I think it was really good that I went to a seminar on test anxiety this morning. That was nice. I mean, I was prepared anyway, but it seemed to fit. So I finished the test, got out of there, had about an hour. I hung out in the library, and my birthday present to myself, like I said, I picked that up in the mail. So, of course, I was watching this every chance that I got today. And so I've pretty much watched all 12 shows from finals of 2008. So I gotta slow it down a little bit. I'm probably gonna watch the whole thing again tomorrow, just because I love me some drums, some drum corps. We all know that. So yeah, and then we went back. We had a small lecture on waveforms and sound at 7 o'clock, and we finished around 8. What did I do? So I think I went home, I had some grapes. I loaded up on the grapes. I almost had a whole bag of them. And then I went back over to the same classroom, which, by the way, the Success Seminar, my lecture, and my lab were all in the same classroom today. So I've had enough of classroom 114 in FS3F. So look at that classroom. I spent, 8 hours in there today, if not more. But lab was cool. Lab was alright. I get in there, and they were already handing people, as people were coming in, they were handing out the lab packs and just telling us, go. Just do it. Just get it done. And tonight's lab pack, I found it to be really easy. I don't know what it was. I don't know if it's because I'm getting good at this physics thing, or if I'm just finally seeing the numbers the right way with the labels. But I totally dominated the lab pack tonight. And there were some pretty tricky questions in there, and I figured them out. one question was like, if a dolphin squeaks at a fish at, and the sound travels at 1500 meters per second, and it takes the sound zero point 0.3 seconds to get to the fish and back, how far away is the fish from the dolphin? And I was able to figure that stuff out, and it made me feel really good on the inside. I'm not used to doing that kind of stuff. So I'm actually kind of getting into physics. I think this month the classes, music theory is the one that they really laid more heavy on. I expected physics to be the harder of the two classes, but actually music theory is proving to be more difficult than physics, surprisingly. And so I even think, like, tonight kind of made me think, well, maybe I could be a tutor in physics instead of music theory. Because I'm actually really good at the physics, and I find myself, like, a lot of people, a lot of my peers in that class ask me for help, and I guess because I know what I'm doing, I don't know. I just do the problems, and it ends up being right, So, but my point in saying that is, like, I find that I'm able to explain how to do them really well too. And not only that, but because of that book I've been reading on lateral thinking, I'm able to really easily think of different ways to explain the same problem. So I'm just like, I'm doing work in that physics class. I'm really proud of myself. So that's why I decided to go ahead and open my birthday present early. Nah, I'm just kidding. I just wanted to watch it. But I don't know. Physics is going really well. I like physics. I never thought I would ever say that. Like, ever. That's surprising. Anyhow, tomorrow I have lab for music theory, and I also have the volunteer meeting for the hip hop festival down at Club 57 West. And then Saturday, oh gosh, I have a lot of work to do this weekend. I have to finish the podcast for physics, and I'm going to go ahead and knock out the final project for music theory. So Saturday, my Saturday this weekend is pretty much, there's going to be a video this weekend, I can already tell you that. It's going to make up for yesterday, I guess. But the real purpose in it is because there's so much schoolwork going into this weekend. Oh Lord. So there's actually going to be 2 videos this weekend. There's going to be one for the process of getting all my work done, and the second video is going to be the actual podcast that's due on Sunday. Gosh, 16 minutes already. Well, actually, probably more because I made the little juice earlier, which I still have to finish my dinner here. So I'm going to go ahead and call it a video wrap. It was a pleasure speaking with you tonight. I hope you enjoyed the video. Hope I could help out. Questions, comments, concerns, anything like that, hit me up. And I will get back to you as soon as I can. Starting next month, I may not be able to get back as quickly as I am now, because it's going to get crazy. I'll talk about that, some of that this weekend. Also, I forgot to put a link to the My Little Pony physics. I don't know if I talked about that yesterday or not. Can't remember. Anyway, there's a really funny video. If you look up in the YouTube search bar, physics behind My Little Pony, hilarious. Also, check out Brother Echo. He got me excited about. Mina found this video of Brother Echo, and he's a raw food guy, and he got me excited about the green juice again, because he likes to juice and I like to juice, and I hope that I can at least, if you're watching this and you don't even know what juicing is, check out Dan McDonald Life Regenerator. Brother Echo is also another good one. You can just type in green juice and see what comes up. But at least here at Full Sail, I've got to say, at Full Sail, this school is crazy. The schedules are whack. Like, seriously, the schedules are just whack as anything at this school. And, like, gosh, you have to stay healthy. You can't do the fast food every day. You can't do the processed crap that, that's in the boxes. I don't even do that stuff anymore. The past couple weeks, I've been, like, pretty much 90% like raw foods. And it's just, and I know when Mina gets down here, she's going to be cooking, but she ain't going to be cooking that processed stuff. No way. So, my point in this is that you come to Full Sail, like, if you want to come here and you want to be serious about it, you have to stay healthy. You have to do what you need to do to make sure you get to class on time, to make sure you're getting to all your classes, to get your work done. Because I'm telling you, if you get sick and you miss more than 6 hours, you are done for that month. You have to do it over. And my whole thing in this is that, like, I am in this to win this. I am going to be going somewhere after I graduate from this school, and I am going to be one of the top in my class, and I am, like, doing everything that I can in my power to really ensure that I go far with this, because There's been a lot of things that I've really wanted in life, but I haven't. I've been so close to getting, but I haven't got. And this is the one that I am going to make sure, you know, like this. I guess this is kind of my declaration to myself of like, I'm going to do this. So if you want to come to Full Sail, make sure you mean business and really make sure you get a lot out of it, because you only have less than 2 years here. So you need to get a lot out of it. Anyway, at that thought, I will see you tomorrow.